Well, hi, hello, welcome. It is a fairly overcast and dullish day after yesterday having 22 degrees. Out here I am at a campsite in Blackpool, the Caravan and Motorhome Club. Blackpool South campsite, and having spent a lot of time talking about buying a motorhome, instead I decided to buy a Land Rover Defender. And once I got that, it was so expensive to buy that I couldn't really afford to buy a motorhome as well. So instead I bought this little two-berth Lunar Galaxy 2CK Caravan, and I've never had a caravan before. And of course there are lots of new things to learn when you get a caravan for the first time. Obviously towing it, but all sorts of other bits and pieces. I'm just starting to wash it at the minute so you can see it's kind of covered in soap, and I thought, well, I'll do a video now just in case it rains. And here at the site, I think they've had a bit of a refresh and a bit of a development recently, and they have got new barriers in there in place now, which actually look like, in addition to a bit of a tidy and a clean up here, it all does look pretty crisp and tidy and all in order as part of the site now. And it is a little bit of a kind of a quiet spot. It's right next to a main road, but actually you don't really hear that, or certainly at the site area where I am, you don't hear many cars going by. I mean, you can kind of hear it in the background during the day when it's a little bit busier, but that would probably be kind of at that end of the site. And this is the reception area here. There's a little shop inside as well, and the wardens are very friendly and helpful. There's also a little information hut here with various bits and pieces in, which often is the case at the Caravan and Motorhome Club sites. Looks like there's a kind of book storage or book sharing facility there, some magazines. We've got what appears to be a defibrillator kit in there, which is good as well. And then just sort of basic information about the site, the surrounding areas that are available, lots of tourist information, leaflets. And this little area here is the motorhome servicing point, so it has got like a full-size grid, which actually is very useful when you've got a motorhome because of all of the different types of drainage points that you have on them, not quite knowing which side it's going to be on or whereabouts it is, or whether it's got a pipe or whether it just goes straight into the ground. You don't have to worry about any of that. And then just at this area here is where the, maybe, is it one or perhaps two here? I'm not entirely sure if I'm honest, but this is where I think the main service point is, where you've got obviously the usual water and drainage points, but also you can do things like washing dishes and so on in that little area there. And as with all campsites, you've got your chemical waste point there, bins, wastewater and drinking water points. Just in that direction up there, I think there is also a children's play area. So from that motorhome service point, the site also comes around and stretches out right the way down there in that direction, and then sort of comes back around again, but I won't walk all the way down. So yeah, nice little campsite. It's kind of very weather dependent. Yesterday it was 22 degrees, today it's now 13 degrees, and it's a bit overcast, but of course when the sun comes out it would be quite a nice sight. Just on the outskirts of Blackpool, and I guess it's walkable to the centre of Blackpool, or certainly to the coast. The only thing with the dog is he's not really experienced at going alongside traffic, and so I am always a bit concerned about him sort of getting off the lead or getting out of the collar, which he seems to have mastered and so I'm often reluctant to go along where there's busy traffic, and there's no footpath just on this particular road outside the site, so it is a little bit dependent upon how well trained your dog is as to whether you feel comfortable going along the road. But yeah, that's a little run around the campsite itself.